In this video, I will show you an interesting new function called scan. At the time of making this video, it is still in beta, but is expected very soon. We will look at a simple sales data and extract daily sales and running totals for a month of our choice. We will utilize other functions like filter, choose calls, and lambda. If you're unfamiliar with these functions, I will leave a link in the description for each one of these. Like all our videos, the workbook is available in the description. Feel free to download and practice along. So we have this data from January to September. And I've created this drop down with the names of the months. As I select a month, I want to display the dates for that month, the sales for the day, and the running total. The result will be dynamic depending on the number of days in a month. So let's start by filtering the data for the month based on what we select in the cell E1. I will write filter in the cell D4. The array is the entire data from A2 to B275. Include or the filter condition is the month in the cell E1. Now we don't have a month value in our data here, but we have dates. So we will use the month function to extract the months from A2 to A275. That is the list of the dates. This should be equal to the value in the cell E1. Fix the reference. We get a calc error. The reason this is that the month function returns numbers 1, 2, 3 and so on till 12. However, the value in the cell E1 is text. Therefore, we will convert the value in the cell E1 into a date, then extract the month number from that. So to $E$1, we will append a 1 using the ampersand operator and 1 in double quotes. This will make the date as first day of whichever month we select. Now we can use the month function again and extract the month number. As you can see, we get the dates for the month and the sales for each day. So part of what we needed to do is done. We will calculate the running totals next. For this, we will use the scan function. Let me write scan here in cell F4. The first parameter is called initial value. We will provide a 0 here as our initial running total is 0. The next parameter is array. Array means where you want to apply the operation. The array where we want to apply the operation is the sales value in the column E starting from E4. The values in the cell E4 and below are part of a dynamic result from the filter function in cell D4. However, we only want the values in the column E. So we will use the choose calls function here. For arrays in the choose calls function, we will select D4 and add a hash after that, as this is a dynamic output. As I click hash, you can see the dynamic output getting selected in blue color. The filter function will sometimes return 30 rows, sometimes 31, or it could even return 28 or 29 depending on the month and the year. Therefore, using hash will adjust the number of rows automatically. For the next parameter, column number 1, we will write 2, as we want to display the values in the second column only. We'll close choose calls. We come to the last parameter of the scan function. The parameter is called function. We need to define the operation here. For defining what we need to do, we will use the lambda function. In lambda, I will define two parameters, total and delta. Total is the cumulative sum till a particular point, and delta is the value of units sold for the current row. Calculation is simple, it is total plus delta. Close the lambda and close the scan function, and we get the running total. Let's change the month to March, and we see the values for March. If I change it to January, I get the data for the month of January. So that was a very interesting application of several functions. If these functions are new to you, then it may take a couple of attempts to become comfortable. Feel free to watch the video multiple times and practice along. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment with any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, and don't forget to subscribe our channel, Analytics Success, for more tips and tricks on Excel and data analytics. Thanks for watching.